So after I got home from Sam's Club and took those pictures of all that food laid out on the counter, we had to do something with it. The stuff that I wanted to freeze, I put outside here in my little 5 cubic foot chest freezer. And what I have down in there, right there, is that really nice looking pork belly that I bought. Right here, I have the 2 pork ribs, not baby back, but the regular pork ribs. And I also had a bigger one in here frozen from the last time. I still got 2 bags of steaks down there. And I still got a 10-pound tube of ground beef in here. And I ate up the last of my frozen ground beef, but I'm just going to leave this in the freezer and divide up that new 10-pound tube that I bought today. So just in this freezer alone, there's enough meat to keep me for a little while. Was out of pork rinds, so here in the pantry, I did get 2. There's the other one. 2 big jars of pork rinds, but there didn't seem to be any shortage of them. They had pallet loads of that stuff. So I'm not worried about running out of pork rinds. But I do have in my refrigerator here, I do have all the rest of this food that I bought. There's the 10-pound chub of ground beef, and you've already seen me do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to portion it into 10 1-pound portions, put them in those quart-sized Ziploc bags, squeeze the air out of them, stick them in the freezer, and I'll be good with ground beef for 2 to 3 weeks. Got a steak that defrosted overnight for my dinner tonight. Here, I've got those chuck steaks, and these are gorgeous. Look at them. Wow. Not cheap though, $6 and something a pound for chuck. I also got 2 of these ribeye. They're not that bad looking. They're kind of oddball cuts, but they look good. They look good, so I went and bought those, and they were marked down, and got the second one of them here. So I managed to buy that. I did stock up on bacon, and I got 6 pounds of bacon. And these are the eggs that I have left over from that big box that I bought. So I did buy 8 dozen of these, what they call caged free eggs. They don't have any more. They don't have any more of the pasture-raised eggs, the brown eggs that I usually get. And here's a picture of basically all the eggs that they had, that they still had today when I went into Sam's. And they had just basically 2 different kinds of eggs. The 15 dozen box, like I bought the last time, and it's been 5 or 6 weeks since I bought those. They're still good. I just ate some for breakfast not a half hour ago. But I bought another 8 dozen eggs for today. And you can never have too much bacon, even though I do have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38 pounds of bacon in my freezer. I think the oldest of which is probably 3 months old. So I will put the 6 brand new ones in a rotation in my freezer. I've still got some oddball stuff, got plenty of chicken thighs here. I got meat that I sliced off of that last batch of ribs that I made. I've got a nice piece of pork, pre-cooked pork belly here to slice up like I did the other day. and a bunch of fish in the door. Oh, and these here, if you remember the mixed grill that I did, I made these 3 different kinds of meat and pork tenderloin, chicken, and ribeye, and I fried them pork rind coated. They were delicious. So I've got a couple of meals here from those and a bunch of fish and smoked salmon, and still saving that one thing of soup. So this afternoon, I probably got maybe 30 minutes worth of work, portioning out that ground beef, vacuum sealing those ribeyes, labeling them and putting them in the freezer. That strike only happened a few days ago, and I'm already seeing ramifications, panic buying. And I think it's just going to get worse. And the reason I'm making this video today is to pretty much urge you to get out there and take a look around. I don't know what it's like in your area. I don't know what it's like in the different stores where you happen to shop, but I would at least get out and look around and see what the anticipated shortages are going to be, especially with the carnivore foods. And try to stock up for a month or two, because who knows how long this is going to last. The unions are a little ambitious with the amount of money they're asking for. They want 77% wage increase over 6 years. That is almost 12%, 11.5% a year. In an economy that gives me on my Social Security a 2.6% increase this year. I think that the dock workers are more in line with what actual inflation really is, because what I noticed today on all the prices, especially the eggs, is in 1 week, they're up 10%. I just got a notice for my lot rent increase this year. It's up between 5 and 6% over last year. These 2.6% inflation numbers that we're getting from our government are fairy tales, and we all know it. We all know it. Corruption and manipulation is our way of life now. We got to take care of ourselves, make sure we can feed ourselves, make sure we can almost play doctor for ourselves. And maybe in that respect, our little community will survive very nicely into the future. So with that, I let you know what I've been up to today so far. I hope it was informative in some way. Maybe a call to action. But until you start getting active, take the rest of the day off and eat meat.